Check one. Check. Check one. Check one. Check one. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. I'm ready. Let's roll it. We're way behind.
This is PCA Lions Baseball. Prestonwood Baseball is brought to you by Freeform Chiropractic, Children's Health, Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Harris Baguette, Cowboys Fit, Bass Signs North Dallas, Sky Ranch, Aquaterra Outdoors. Also by Texas Tiny Teeth Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics, Up-to-Date Roofing, Incentive Brands, Chick-fil-A at Plano Parkway and Park Boulevard, Comfort Maker Air Conditioning and Heating, Global Strategic, Milestone Electric, and Vista Physical Therapy. Now, let's go to the ballpark for today's warm-up show.
Well, fresh off a very impressive victory on Monday night down at Dallas Baptist over old rival Liberty Christian by a 9-2 score, the Prestonwood Lions get set to go back to work, the first of 3 games tonight in tournament play, as we welcome you to Graham Field here in Plano. Hi, everybody. Chuck Kelly. Hope you've had an outstanding week to this point. We have another great night for baseball, and we're happy to have you with us. And we apologize for being a few minutes behind schedule, but again, it's tournament play. What does that mean? Well, it means in a 3-game day, you can get a little bit behind, and you just kind of got to play it by ear and be flexible. And that's exactly what we do. The previous game just concluded a few minutes ago, and of course, it'll be the same situation tomorrow as already today. Taka and Dallas Christian played this morning, and Corumdale and McKinney Christian just finished a moment ago. We'll try to pass along scores from those two, but the one we're focused on is Prestonwood and Trinity Christian out of the Lubbock area. Both of these teams are Lions, but a different story of what's happened this year. Prestonwood, a perfect 3-0, one of the top teams in the state. For Trinity Christian, well, we don't know because they haven't played a game yet, but they're good coming in. 20-12 this club last year under head coach Devin Rocha, and we'll tell you a lot more about them as we move through the broadcast. But because we don't have an exact start time, is it going to be 7? Is it going to be 7:05? I'm not sure. So rather than go too deep into the numbers and too deep into that, we'll take an opening timeout. And when we return, a sit-down with head coach James Valade coming up to get you ready for this one. You're on the Lion warm-up show as Prestonwood takes on Trinity Christian Lubbock tonight, right here from Metro Sports Communications.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby Keene with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Back at the Graham for tournament action between PCA and 3 opponents coming up over the next couple of days. Time now to speak to the skipper. That's James Valade as we get ready for game 1 of those 3 tonight against Trinity Christian out of Lubbock. Well, Coach, let's look back a minute before we look forward. A big game on Monday night down at DBU against Liberty Christian, a team that you played in the state semifinals last year. It was an intense game through the first 3 innings, and the dam broke, and PCA, went away with that 9-2 victory. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think out of the gate, the pitching established us pretty quickly. Savion Simmons was electric, rifled in a lot of strikes, obviously hit 100 miles an hour a few times. Exciting guy to watch. Trent Valade behind him kept the game under control, and then F.J. Guignard comes in to close and punches out the side to end the game. So that really sets the tone, but I think quality at bats, patience really showed what our offense was all about.
How did your team handle that big game feel? Although it was only game 3 of the year, I'm sure it kind of flashed back to the state semifinal last year. Hey, these are 2 big-time teams going at it.
Yeah, no, I think our guys were excited. They handled it really well. I thought our guys did a really good job of slowing the game down. I alluded to that in the pregame show when we had our second game against Faith. Opening day was under our belt. Second game came and we did a much better job, but they're just out there playing their game.
You talked about Savion and the job that he did, and again, statistically it doesn't add up. If anybody's a mathematician, 10 strikeouts in 3 innings, you kind of say, huh? So he had his electric stuff going.
He did. He definitely did. He was attacking, with fastball slider mostly, but he's got a much bigger mix that you'll see him get to as the year goes on.
So how about Trent? You mentioned him. I mean, he comes in following a performance like that. And you think, well, okay, here's your number 2 guy. But man, he was throwing tremendous.
Yeah, he was in sync. He was getting the ball where he wanted to. I think the big part of his game is command, and he was commanding all pitches. Again, was not as rushed in his delivery as he was the first time. The first time out, he seemed to be a little rushed, but he made some adjustments with Coach Bailey and did a really nice job.
After your team fell behind 1-0, he came back the next inning and again showed tremendous patience with those 5 walks to string those together. You don't see that very often, but is that a credit to your team of having a selective strike zone?
Yeah, absolutely. Christian Rodriguez does a lot of work with our hitters. We all play a part, but Christian has the main work with our hitters. Not chasing, staying away from guys, what he calls the trap pitch. I've always believed the key to hitting is don't get yourself out, and 5 walks in a row is you don't see that very often. So the patience, hats off to Coach C-Rod and the hitters.
One thing through these first 3 games that I've noticed is that you haven't had a 4-for-4 game or really a 3-for-4. Everybody's contributing. Is that kind of the theme for the year, you think, that it's going to be like that, everybody chipping in?
Yeah, I think it's quality at-bat driven. And sometimes you have quality at-bats and don't get the result that you want, but you stay with your approach, you stay within yourself, and whatever the game gives you, you take advantage of.
So now you enter into tournament season, and of course you get to host the 3 games here, before we see what happens on Saturday. But is it any different once you're starting to play in tournaments? Do you manage differently? I mean, how does all that shake out?
It's a lot different. You start to look at matchups. You start to look at time limits. You start to look at, the weather. It's not as clean as it is in just your routine schedule. But
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Well, more of the warm-up show. Hope you enjoyed that visit with James Valet, getting his pregame thoughts on this. And, yeah, it is big news tonight here at the ballpark as Lash Henderson makes his debut, the outstanding center fielder who hit .350 last year. 3 homers, 22 runs batted in. It's just been a wait-and-see time to see how that hand injury, the minor contusion there, but he's back from that. Tonight he makes his first appearance in the lineup. Again, we're scheduled for a 7 o'clock start, and it looks like we may be right on time for that, although, again, with tournament play, you never know, so you have to kind of play it by ear a little bit. So just to tell you a little bit what's been going on for Prestonwood, if you haven't been tuned in, first of all, where have you been? But second, just to catch you up on what they've done so far. 2 games to start the season against Grapevine Faith. They won the opener 11-4 right here at the Graham thanks to a 7-run second inning. In Game 2, PCA took down Faith 13-5 as they scored in every inning they batted in. And, of course, the last time out on Monday night down at Dallas Baptist against Liberty Christian, beg your pardon. It was a 9-2 final score as Savion Sims was electric starting the game as he struck out 10 batters in 3 innings. And if you're saying, how in the world can he do that if you didn't tune into the broadcast? Well, one was a strikeout and a wild pitch. Matter of fact, he had 2 of those in the ball game. But anyway, all said and done, he had an outstanding night, as did Trent Valade, who came in and pitched 3 innings, and he was just about unhittable, although he did give up a run in the 5th inning, but he struck out the side in his final inning, the 6th. And then, of course, F.J. Gignard came in and finished it out. So they got the victory there, did the Lions. So, again, both are going to be Lions tonight. You're saying, well, tell me a little bit about this Trinity Christian team out of Lubbock. Well, I can do that. They are coached by 40-year-old Devin Rocha, who went to high school in his hometown there in Lubbock. He went to Roosevelt back in 03 is when he got out. Then he went to Tennessee Martin Methodist, got out of there in 07, became a graduate assistant, and then was an assistant coach at Trinity Christian there in Lubbock, became the head coach following Travis Walden. He was there in 12, 13, and 14. Then he kind of decided to do something else. He was kind of hanging around the D-BAT. People are familiar with the baseball and softball, that D-BAT franchise. So he was dabbling in that, but also the head coach at Roosevelt for 3 years, and then the athletic coordinator in the Lubbock ISD for 3 years, and then came back. Yeah, a second time to Trinity Christian. I liked it so much the first time, said, why not? Let's do it again. So 24 was his first year back, 25, and of course now this year. And again, 20-12 was the record last year. They lost in the first round of the playoffs to Brookhill, 1-0. But this is a Trinity Christian team that has made several Final Four appearances. They've got district championships under their belt, including that 24 year when they won it for the first time in 20 years. And, you know, it's a club that has really good competition. You know, this is a very close district that Prestonwood plays in, and I mean that geographically close. They don't have to go a long way to play. Well, check out this district. Trinity Christian out of Lubbock has to play Midland Christian, Southwest Christian, Fort Worth Christian, Grapevine Faith, All Saints, and Coram Deo. So a little bit of travel involved there. But they're a team, again, who has several players back. Several we'll be telling you about throughout the ball game. And, you know, a decent mix of experience here. They were a younger team last year, but if you look at their starting lineup tonight, they've got a total of 6 seniors and 3 juniors in there. So they've got some guys that are looking to get some work under the belt. And again, it is game number 1 for them, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform coming straight out. Well, the skippers are about to come out and exchange lineup cards, so I think this would be just a wonderful time to give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. And I'll start first for Trinity Christian. They'll be the visitors here tonight in the first game of tournament play. Deacon Hiley will lead off. He is the left fielder. It'll be Red Hiley, his twin brother, the catcher, batting second. Kason Jones, a good one on the mound, will be hitting third. In the cleanup spot is Cooper Young. He is a center fielder. Brent Lecker will be the first baseman, hitting fifth. Noah Hassey will be the shortstop. He'll bat sixth. Miguel Palomo is in right field, hitting seventh. Kyle Kettner will be the second baseman. He hits eighth. And Colt Petty will be the designated hitter, and he will bat ninth. So again, for TC Lubbock, it's going to be Deacon Hiley, Red Hiley, Jones, Young, Lecker, Hassey, Palomo, Kettner, and Petty. So that's your starting lineup for the Lions of Trinity Christian, again with Kason Jones on the hill. For the Prestonwood Christian Lions, with a record of 3-0, coached by James Valade, and a great start for the team this year, 3-0, and their team batting average right now sitting at .419 on the year. That's pretty salty out of the gate for sure. Here's the batting order for PCA tonight. Junior Niffen leads off. He will be in left field. Lash Henderson is back in the lineup, batting second. He is in center. Trent Valade will be at first base. He hits third. Max Bachman will be the shortstop. He will be in the cleanup spot. Hitting fifth is Aiden Moffitt, the third baseman. Riggs Huggins off to a tremendous start. Sophomore DH batting sixth. It'll be Cruz Benuelos, the catcher, who got his first hits of the year last Monday night against Liberty down in Dallas. He's batting seventh. It'll be Jake Felsman, the second baseman, who hits eighth. And Quinn Majewski will be in right field, and he bats ninth. So it's Niffen, Henderson, Valade, Bachman, Moffitt, Huggins, Benuelos, Felsman, and Majewski for Prestonwood, with sophomore Steele LaBeouf, the lefty, on the mound. And LaBeouf was really good in his first outing, and that came in the game, of course, against Grapevine Faith, as he came out and was really strong through the first 4 innings that he threw. He wound up going 4 2/3 in the game, gave up 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, and had 6 strikeouts. But if you look back at that scorecard, the first 4 innings, he was pretty much spotless, gave up only 1 hit and 1 walk, and again, totaled those strikeouts. But again, he ran into a little bit of trouble, made it, 5 batters into the 5th, and it was an RBI triple that wound up being the end of the day for him. But he was able to get the victory, as that was number 2 of the year for Prestonwood. So that's your starting lineups to get you ready for this one. Again, it is a beautiful night here at the ballpark, although the wind is kicked up and it's a little bit chillier than it was earlier today. Right now it is 67 degrees, and you think, well, that feels pretty good, but you factor in that wind, which is now coming out of the south-southeast. That means it's blowing in at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, fairly steady, so it can feel a little bit more on the chilly side right now. But again, no chance of rain tonight. That is the good news. Saturday, there's definitely going to be rain. Tomorrow, we'll be able to play both. Looks like there's no chance of rain in the forecast as well, so it looks like we're good to go. Well, that'll do it for the warm-up show. We'll take a final pregame timeout. When we return, opening pitch coming your way. This is Prestonwood Baseball for Metro Sports Communications.
You gotta dip your chicken strips. Hey, this is Kiani.
And this is Tabitha.
And a little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips
is all the different sauces we can dip them in. I like to line up all my favorite sauces so that in every bite, I have a different flavor. Then, with the tenderness of the chicken, the juiciness of it, it's all there.
And for me, I like to mix my sauces so I get a little tang and I get a little sweetness all in one bite. That's just a recipe for a good time, you know?
That's what makes it for me. Like, that's what does it for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Are you injured or in pain and not sure what to do? Schedule a complimentary injury screening and talk to our physical therapists at Vista PT to see if physical therapy is right for you. No prescription or referral is needed.
Well, the national anthem for the fans here that have the light jackets on is, again, that wind continues to blow in from center field right now as we get closer to first pitch. Is still above the left-hander on the hill, about to go through his warm-up tosses as we get ready for this one. Here at Graham Field, it is 390 feet to just either side of center field, which of course has the elevated wall, the big green batter's eye. You're going to see that just about any ballpark you go to. But again, 390 to the left side of it, 390 to the right side, and down the line it is 310 feet. So if you're going to kind of split the difference, to the alleys, it's probably going to be 350 as you even that out. It is a synthetic surface. As you see, they've got the dirt painted. It's not the dirt, but what would be the dirt. They've got it out there painted brown, and of course the green grass if it were natural, but the Lions behind home plate, and of course the big PCA logo, the Lion out in center field. Luke out there hanging out, so Levi, it's Luke's locker, Levi the Lion. I get those two confused all the time. I'll have to do better. But anyway, just about ready to get this one going. So glad you're with us today. Again, we're going to have two more games tomorrow. It's going to be Tonka and Dallas Christian, the opponents that are going to be coming up against the Lions. And we'll have those broadcasts for you right here on our broadcast channels. Prestonwood Athletics, and tune in, or of course online always at PCA Plano Athletics.org. Well, after all of that, we're going to be starting pretty close to on time. In fact, it looks like the steel above as Deacon Hiley stands in for the right side, says let's get this one started. And at 7:03, the first pitch is swung on and popped in the air on the infield as the second baseman underneath it battling that wind. Felsman puts it away, and there is one gone on one pitch in the first. Again, 7:03 is the start time, and the game time temperature now has dropped to 66 degrees with that wind blowing in at about 10 miles an hour. So now that takes us to Red Hiley. Again, twin brothers to start at the top of the lineup. 424 is his batting average last year. No home runs and 20 runs batted in as the senior takes ball one ball and no strikes. Now, for LaBeouf, of course, we talked about how good and how effective he was last week. It's because he didn't fool around between pitches. He got it and came right back to the plate as here's a ball swung on and hit into the air, but that's into the wind, into left, and underneath it making the catch is Junior Niffen, who is playing over there now. Of course, he was in center the first 3 games, but after that, he's going to be bumped over to left as they get the all-everything and Lash Henderson out in center field. So 2 gone here in the top of the first quickly, and here comes Kason Jones, the pitcher. So the counterparts will bat again. The counterparts will go against each other. The junior standing in from the right side batter's box. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball hit out towards second base. Fielded there by Felsman, flips to first, and that is a very quick and tidy first inning for Steele LaBeouf. In fact, that'll last only 2.5 minutes. Well, if we can do that, we'll be out of here in time for, we'll just say quickly. 3 up, 3 down goes Trinity Christian. We go to the bottom of the first. TC nothing. PCA coming to bat. You're listening to Lions Baseball right here from Metro Sports Communications.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
We go now to the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Junior Niffen, Lash Henderson, and Trent Valet at the top of the order for Prestonwood. Take on Kason Jones, who heads out to the mound to start loosening up on the hill. For Jones, getting the start for Trinity Christian. He's going to face, again, a Prestonwood lineup that is red hot. 419 the batting order, the batting average, I should say, for this order in the first 3 games. But Jones heads out to the mound again. He's a third baseman when he doesn't pitch, but just simply one of the best players in Lubbock, according to his coach, Devin Rocha. The right-hander is not overpowering at all from the right side. Now, you may look at it and giggle a little bit and say, well, 78 to 81, that's a soft tosser. But you know what? He has a very deceiving mix of fastball, changeup, slider, and a curve, and he really does a great job of keeping hitters off balance. And he, in fact, beat Grapevine Faith and Fort Worth Christian both last year. So those are pretty good teams he's taken care of. And Devin Rocha said he'll find his velocity in his senior year, so we'll see what he does as he gets set to face one of the best hitting lineups in the state, and it'll be a guy at the top of the order. It's just been in fuego so far this year, and that is Junior Niffen, who will stand in from the right side to get this one going here in the bottom of the first. Niffen so far this year batting at .667, so 2 out of every 3 times he's come to the plate, he's got a hit, no homers, and 3 runs batted in. The slot receiver for the Lions football team this past season. It went to the state championship game as the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1 from Kason Jones. Again, not going to be Savion Sims overpowering with velocity from the right side, but again, he's a trickster with his repertoire as he comes with a fastball there and gets it through for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. The infield has Jay Garcia, who is actually DH'd for at third base. They've got Hassey, the shortstop, Kedner at second, and Lecker at first base with a no-ball, 2-strike count. Now Niffen ready. And here comes the pitch from Kason Jones. That one is swung on and hit in the air. Right center field. It's dropping in front of the right fielder, Palomo, who will play it on a hop. And Niffen, with that outstanding speed, is on at first base. And that's probably not what Kason Jones wanted right off the hop, is to have Niffen, who can fly at first base, with Lash Henderson making his season debut as he comes in to the right side batter's box. And man, he is a thing of beauty as far as a physical specimen. Only a junior, a 5-tool player you heard Coach James Valet talking about before the game. 6'5", 205 pounds. That is a man playing high school baseball, as that breaking ball inside, 1 ball and no strikes one of the consensus top 5 players in the country, a member of Team USA, perfect game All-American, and of course committed to Texas A&M, although with his ability that he has at the plate, in the field, and the way he plays the game, it would be a bit of a surprise, at least I think in a lot of people's eyes, if he ever saw the college route, because the pros are going to be all over him. And you saw the radar guns for Savion Sims on Monday, and you'll see a lot of scouts taking note of Lash Henderson, and Trent Valade, for that matter, will be up next. That ball kicks away from the catcher. The throw down to second base is not in time, and we'll see how they score it. I think it's going to be a pass ball, but nevertheless, Niffen gets into scoring position, so you don't have to worry about the steal now, at least not of second base, as he is in there safely. And now Henderson with a runner in scoring position, and a 2-ball, no-strike count. Kason Jones checks back to second base, steals to the plate. That one is swung on and fouled up the screen, and it's now 2-1. We gave you the infield of Garcia, Hasse, Kettner, and Lecker. The outfield, Deacon Hiley out in left field. We have to differentiate between he and Rhett, his brother, who's behind the plate. Young is in center, Plomo in right for Trinity Christian. Out of Lubbock, made this trip down. Actually left about 8:30 this morning and got in, so none the worse for wear. Ready for a day of baseball, or an evening, we should say. The lights are on. That wind seems like it's picking up a little bit as it's blowing in from northeast right now. Is a 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball, and Henderson came up empty, and it's now 2-2. So again, watch the craftiness right here for Kason Jones, because that's what he's known for. He's not going to come in with that 90-mile-an-hour fastball and try to blow it past you. He's going to try to use guile as he spins and throws back to second, as the second baseman Kettner behind, and try to put the tag down on Niffen, who is back in safely. No score, bottom of the first inning. Again, there is a time limit in all tournament games of 2 hours. No inning can start after the 2-hour mark. Now, if one, of course, is underway, they're not going to stop the game when it hits 2, but you can't start one after it has that mark. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on. That one is hit into center field. Chasing over to his left is Young. Makes the catch. Niffen will tag at second and move up to third easily. So in his first at bat of the season, Lash Henderson flies out to center into that breeze, but Niffen taking advantage to move over to third base, where he is now 90 feet away with one out for Trent Valade, the first baseman, who has a .231 average so far this year. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. Valade with an opportunity here to get a runner home with less than 2 outs. By the way, they're overlooking at Niffen right now as something on the base paths, or something as he was moving along the base paths to third base happened. And now Coach James Valade is there. Knockout taking a look. I think he's going to be okay. That's good news. I did not see exactly what happened, but so we'll get back to work here as Valade gets set to stand in. Trent Valade last year had a really good year, .346 average, 3 home runs, tied for the team lead with Henderson. He had 16 RBIs in his 25 campaign. Left-handed batter. Has the first pitch on the way, and it's a fastball downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Valade to be followed by Max Bachman, who's in the on-deck circle over on the first base side. The Lions, as you can see, are in their home white uniforms, the blue navy pinstripes, navy numerals, those navy caps. Here's the pitch. That one's a strike, and it's now 1-1 for Trinity Christian. They too wear navy, but red is their accent color. They've got those red caps on with the interlocking TC. Again, not to be confused with Trinity Christian in Addison here locally. So you have to differentiate that. You folks in Lubbock wondering why we have that. That's why. Here's a swing and a ball at opposite field. Off the glove of the third baseman. Garcia couldn't play that one cleanly, and it's into left field, and that will score Niffen as he gets the first run of the game on the board as Valade drives him home. We'll see how they score that one. I don't know. That was a play that I think Garcia could have made, as it wasn't hit particularly hard to his right, and it got through him. Now, I don't know about the play at first base if the throw would have had to be rushed to get over there in time. But again, we'll check on the official scoring and pass it along as Max Bachman comes up. Now the shortstop hitting even 500 on the year. No homers and 5 runs batted in as he fouls that one back. No balls and a strike. Bachman, again, one of these Lion hitters that have been outstanding so far early. He had 256 last year with 15 RBIs. He had 22 strikeouts and 15 walks in his 25 campaign. It's a swing and miss on a fastball, and it's now 0-2. You can tell the mixing of speeds that Casey Jones, and that's what it's all about. That off-speed pitch he'll throw through the zone, and then he'll nibble a little bit, and he'll come back with a fastball, and it looks like 90 miles an hour if you've seen the slow stuff. And here's a pitch swung on and fouled over near the dugout on the first base side as Bachman now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Again, the Lions with 2 games tomorrow, back-to-back. And I think the Rains are going to take over on Saturday, so we can all just ease up and watch basketball or whatever you want to. Olympics. I know the USA hockey team is going to be playing. Check over to first base. By the way, they won today against Latvia. 5-1 was the final score. Good day for the U.S. Canada also won. If you've been watching, that's the great thing about the Winter Olympics, at least to me, is the hockey. As a called strike 3 on the inside quarter, and Bachman took a look at that one, and he is retired. First strikeout of the game for Casey Jones, and there's 2 gone here in the first. Well, that was an effective pitching sequence there for Jones as he got Bachman to get on the inside part of the plate. So we will see if they can get a 2-out hit here as Aiden Moffitt crouches in for the left side batter's box, and the first pitch is a slow delivery through the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1. Moffitt hitting at .400 for the season, no homers, and 1 run batted in. They scored that ball, by the way, that Valade hit a hit. Ticked off the third baseman's glove, Garcia. Here's a ball hit right on the ground at the shortstop, fielded there by Hassey, and he throws to first in time to retire Moffitt, who hit it hard, but that's the proverbial worm burner that did not get off the ground. So that does it for the inning for PCA, but they take the lead, a run on 2 base hits, and there was 1 left. We'll go now to the top of the second with our new score, PCA 1 and Trinity Christian 0, as you tuned in to Lion Baseball from Metro Sports Communication.
Storm damage? Don't wait until it's too late. At Up to Date Roofing, we bring top quality craftsmanship, honest pricing, and fast service to protect what matters most, your home. From repairs to full replacements, we keep your roof and your home up to date. Call us today and stay covered, rain or shine. Up to Date Roofing, keeping you covered no matter the weather.
PCA Baseball brought to you by Freeform Chiropractic. We want to thank them for being a proud sponsor of this baseball broadcast all year long, as well as Children's Health, Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. They've been a longtime partner here at PCA. Paris Baguette right across the street from the school and the ballpark. What a great place. If you want to go by and get something warm and tasty for breakfast tomorrow, they'll have that. Of course, anytime is a good time to go to Paris Baguette. And thanks also to Cowboys Fit, all of those sponsors of PCA Lions Baseball. We go now to the top of the second inning. It's going to be Cooper Young, the center fielder. He'll stand in for the right side, a senior who hit .341 last year, 1 home run and 14 runs batted in. The first pitch from Steele LaBeouf is a called strike, and it's 0-1. Now, Young is a great one, a 5-tool player. Now, 10 years ago, he probably would be thinking about, P4, but he's instead committed to Seward Community College. That's in Kansas, as that pitch might have bit him as it came inside, and a hit by pitch will allow Young to scoot down to first base, and the first base runner of the ball game for Trinity Christian, with Young running down there. Now Brent Lecker, the first baseman, the senior, set to come up. Lecker hit .219 last year, a homer and 10 runs batted in, left-handed hitter at the plate. So a lefty-lefty matchup here. Lecker, they call him the Flying Hawaiian, and I'll tell you why. It's a throw over to first base. Both of his parents are from Hawaii, so there you go. Makes sense. Who was the Flying Hawaiian? Is that Shane Victorino? That's right, played for the Phils, right? That was the Flying Hawaiian in the big leagues. But long, tall bill from the left side for Lecker, as that pitch is downstairs for a ball. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Performed very well in the fall schedule for Trinity Christian. A couple of throws to first base. Did really well in what they call spring training. That's kind of the build-up at the start of the season. Lecker's older brother, Riley, is at West Texas A&M. He pitched the last game of the state final back when he played for Trinity Christian. Last pitch makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. There's nobody out. We play in the top of the second inning. Prestonwood on top by a 1-0 score. Open stance from the left side. The pitch, swing and a miss. And it's now 1-2. Lucky to be followed by Noah Hassey, who's in the on-deck circle. Trinity Christian over in the third base dugout. Prestonwood, their first base lair. Quick check to first again. And a very close eye being kept there on the base runner. As a team last year, Trinity Christian in the steal department had 64 stolen bases that were caught 19 times. It's not a tremendous percentage, it's 77%, but nothing to sneeze at. Curveball called, strike 3. That was a big looping breaker, and Lecker was frozen up there, and he becomes strikeout victim number 1 in the ball game for Steele LaBeouf. And Cooper Young, it's a stay put at first for now, and that'll bring up Noah Hassey. He is the shortstop, a junior, who hit a very impressive .347 last year. No homers, 13 runs batted in. He swings and misses the first pitch, and it's no balls and a strike. Hassey started at Trinity Christian since his freshman year. He and Rhett Hiley, probably 2 of the team leaders on the club, a very vocal player. But in the field, he makes a lot of plays that others can't. Runner goes from first. He's picked off as the throw down tag applied by the shortstop, Bachman. And there is a pickoff, or I guess caught stealing's the way it officially goes in the book. But LaBeouf picked him off, valeted, throws down to Bachman. So 1-3-6 on the caught stealing officially. And there are 2 gone here in the second inning. So that leadoff hit by pitch now erased. And LaBeouf can go to work here on Hassey, the junior, who waits for the next offering and fouls that one back to the screen. And quickly, he's behind in the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. First base coach for Trinity Christian is Kent Metter as the head coach. Devin Roach is over in the third base coach's box. As that pitch downstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Metter, not your average assistant coach. He had over 500 wins at Monterey High School in Lubbock. Clint McDonald, the pitching coach, had probably a couple of hundred down at the Woodlands. They've got a seasoned assistant staff. Here's a ground ball deep to third. Long throw across by Moffitt is in time. Aiden Moffitt put a star by that play as he fielded right behind the bag and had to throw it the width of the infield and just in time to nail Hassey. Nothing doing as it turns out to be 3 up, 3 down with the caught stealing to retire Young, who was hit by the pitch. We've got an inning and a half in the books here in Plano. It's PCA 1, Trinity Christian nothing, and this is Lion Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, a 1-0 ball game. PCA on top. Chuck Kelly, happy to have you with us here. I know a lot of folks tuning in up in Lubbock, up and out. It's up up on the South Plains. Happy to have you with us. Appreciate Coach Rocha and all that he did to let us know about his team. It's a swing and a ground ball out to second off the bat of Riggs Huggins, and a routine 4-3 is Kettner. The second baseman flips to first to retire Huggins. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second. That'll bring up Cruz Benuelos, the catcher, hitting a 182, no home runs and 2 runs batted in. He had an 0 for going into that last game against Liberty, but he broke out of that. He stands in for the right side batter's box and waiting on Jones, who's finally ready. Now disengages, thought he was about to go in the motion, but instead he disengaged, went back the other direction. So anyway, Benuelos, who struck out his first time against Liberty and then drew a walk, then got a single in the 5th and scored a run and a single in the 7th. So back-to-back hits, and hopefully for Cruz, he snapped out of that early mini slump and he's ready to get that bat heated up as he takes a strike, 0-1 here. So playing the bottom of inning number 2. 7-inning game if you're unfamiliar with high school baseball. And again, we've got a 2-hour time limit, but hopefully this game will move along. We're going to get close to that as a curveball swung on and ripped foul down the left side, back out of play. No balls and 2 strikes now to Cruz Benuelos, with Jake Felsman waiting in the on-deck circle. Well, we've got a special Monday game that you want to circle on your calendar here on PCA Plano Athletics.org, as we'll have PCA North in action here at the Grand. As the ball swung on, hit high in the air toward right field, fighting the wind, coming on the right fielder Palomo, and he's there to put it away, and there is out number 2. Well, that wind, again, on that fly ball out toward right field was kind of playing a little havoc there at Palomo as it's coming in straight away from center field. Looks like about 10 miles an hour, maybe kicking up 15 or so. But we'll keep an eye on that. Again, it's getting a little bit on the chilly side as we get down to the mid-60s. As Felsman now stands in. 444 is his average on the year so far as he shows bunt. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. No home runs, 6 runs batted in. Here's the set and the delivery, and that one is outside high for a ball. One nothing Prestonwood. Here in the bottom of the second is Jones back to the plate. This one is swung on, lifted in the air toward right field, moving over, and unable to hold on to the baseball was Palomo, the right fielder. They'll throw back to first to try to get the runner, but there safely is Jake Felsman, as that one was just dropped by Palomo. The easiest way to describe it, because, again, any ball hitting the outfield might have a little bit of push from that wind, but for Palomo, he was there and should have made the catch. And for a Trinity Christian defense that was tremendous last year, they had a .953 fielding percentage. That is amazing. Turned 20 double plays. That's the first error of the year. And a 2-out base runner for Prestonwood here in the second. As here comes Quinn Majewski, the right fielder. They got the runner on the way as the throw to the plate is a ball, and the throw down to second is not in time, and a stolen base for Felsman as they start the runners immediately, as 6 of 7 becomes 7 of 8 in the stolen base category this year for Prestonwood. Now ready Kason Jones to the plate. That is a breaking ball. Misses outside. And the count goes now to 2 balls and no strikes. Top of the order, Junior Niffen is on deck. Now remember, after this week, Prestonwood's going to be going on the road for a while. They're going to go away, it seems like, for about a month, but it's going to be 3 weeks of baseball on the road. They've got tournament action coming up. As the 2 ball, no strike pitch on the way. That one is hit foul over near the dugout. Trinity Christian third base side, 2-1. They have action in a couple of weeks down in Bullard, that's south of Tyler. They're in the Drew Medford tournament. They'll be playing over in the western part of the Metroplex there. Check back, now time call at the plate. Nothing going on. This play's slowed down a little bit. Kason Jones is really taking his time. Pitching from the first base side of the rubber. Left-handed hitting, Majewski waiting. The 300 average on the year, the 4 RBI. Swings, hits this one sharply to the shortstop. Nice pick made there. Throw to first, not in time, as Hasse tried to rob Majewski, but with that great speed, he beat the rap at first, and that is an infield single and a chance to extend the inning, as now we go to the top of the order for Junior Niffen. But what a glove there by the shortstop for Trinity Christian. And that, of course, is Noah Hasse. This is a junior. Got that one right in the webbing and got the throwaways quickly as he could. And almost got Majewski, was flying down the line. So now back to the top for Niffen, who singled his first time and scored. Runner bluffed from first. Didn't know if they're going to try that hang-up play between first and second to try to get the run home with 2 out. I'm sure that a savvy catcher like Rhett Hiley would probably spit on that and say, nah, not going to do it. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be inside for a ball. And it goes to 2-0. So now Jones getting into some dangerous territory right here, as Niffen up now. He's got Henderson in the on-deck circle, and of course Lash making his first appearance of the season here in this ball game. Very dangerous hitter. Runner goes from first, pitches a fastball. Now he went right back to the bag. Get a bit of a distraction. That was ball 3. It's now 3 balls and no strikes. You heard everybody over on the third base side in the Trinity Christian dugout saying, go, he's going. Instead, Majewski threw on the brakes and turned back around. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. PCA up 1-0, looking for more. That pitch to strike on the outside corner. Majewski was taken, or beg your pardon, Niffen was taken all the way there. And it's 3 balls and a strike. Well, how hot has Junior Niffen been this year? Well, put it in numbers for you. He has 9 hits in 13 plate appearances. That is just ridiculous, as that pitch just missed outside. Bad news about drawing that walk to load the bases is Niffen can't run, because he's got a runner in front of him, as Majewski has to move up to second base, or gets to, I should say. And of course, Felsman is already at third. And we're going to get a visit to the mound, it looks like, from the pitching coach for Trinity Christian Lubbock. And that, of course, is Clint McDonald, as he's going to go put a hand on the shoulder of Kason Jones and try to settle him down. He had a pretty good first, did give up that run on the single that Valade smacked off the glove of the third baseman Garcia. And then he got the first 2 outs here in the second, but after that, that ball hit, tough play by the right fielder Palomo, couldn't make the catch. That opened the door. And then the stolen base by Felsman, then Majewski with the infield single, and then Niffen now with the walk. So a bases loaded situation, and now here comes the man himself, Lash Henderson. And man, he's got an opportunity right here to reintroduce himself to this lineup, as he's got the bases full of Prestonwood Lions, and a big time opportunity. Started every game since his freshman year until that injury. Again, a contusion on his hand as he took a ball, 1 ball and no strikes, knocked him out of the first 3 games this year. So Henderson waiting for the right side. Again, the base is full of Prestonwood Lions, and we'll see now what he comes with on the 1-0. That one gets the outside quarter, and it is 1-1. So a nice pitch right there by Kason Jones, who again does not have the overpowering stuff to try to blow one past Lash Henderson. So he's got to be very particular. Big gap, by the way, over on the left side for Henderson to shoot for. 1 ball, 1 strike, and they'll throw to third base. You don't see that every day as Jones tosses over to Jay Garcia. No chance there to get the base runner. Felsman, who's back in. Prestonwood has had several big innings so far this year. They're an athletically gifted team, or an offensively gifted team, and athletically, as that strike makes it 1-2. But they can build some big innings, and we'll see what they do here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of inning number 2. Henderson waiting at the plate. Jones delivers. That one is outside and high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If Henderson reaches, Trent Villade is waiting on deck. Again, Henderson at 350 last year, so he stroked that ball in his sophomore year. See how long it takes for him to get untracked here to begin 26. Curveball swung on and fouled to the screen. Boy, Jones again is mixing those pitches right now as he went breaking ball right there, and Henderson stayed alive, getting a piece of it. But again, it is a slowed down battle right here for Jones as these base runners are on. He's the dropped anchor on the mound, and what was a crisp start to the game. Here's a 2-2. Nice block by the catcher, Red Hiley. Good heavens, that just might have saved a run, as that pitch, if it got by, of course, would allow the run to score. But Hiley sacrificing his body, and he got out in front of that. And again, Hiley, an outstanding catcher. That's an average arm, but man, as far as a receiver behind the plate, oh yeah, put a star by that. And we saw that play right there that helped keep it a 1-0 game for now. But now the runners will go on a 3-2 pitch with 2 out and Henderson ready. Here's the delivery. Curveball. That is a called strike 3. And that was letter high as the plate umpire, Brad Zane, rang up Henderson, and that does it for the inning. Well, if you're a Prestonwood fan, you say, maybe not, but that one pretty much letter high, and it's called by Brad Zane as the first strikeout of the inning, second of the ball game for Kason Jones, and he gets out of a big pickle here in the second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and the bases were left loaded. We go to the third. It is PCA 1, Trinity Christian nothing, as you're tuned in to Lion Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
And we appreciate Fast Signs, North Dallas, being a part of Lion Baseball tonight. Also want to say thanks to Sky Ranch, one of the proud partners on PCA Athletics. Of course, Aquaterra Outdoors, always a great place to try to improve your living quarters. Aquaterra can help you. And of course, if you've got those pediatric dentist needs, how about Texas Tiny Teeth, pediatric dentistry and orthodontics, all of these proud partners of PCA Baseball. We go to the top of the third inning in a 1-0 ball game. It'll be the lower third of the order for Trinity Christian coming up against left-hander Steele LaBeouf, who so far has given up only the 1 base runner in the second inning when he hit Cooper Young, but then he wound up picking him off and Young retired on a 1-3-6 caught stealing, and aside from that, it's been all LaBeouf in the game. As now Palomo stands in for the right side batter's box, left-handed hitter, and the first pitch on the way is taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Palomo is senior. Didn't have any numbers from last year, as that pitch is a strike, and the count now evens at 1-1. Palomo, Kettner, and Petty in the lower third of this order. It's back to the plate. That pitch low and away for a ball, and it goes down to 2 balls and a strike. Again, Trinity Christian last year, 324 as a team. As a swing, and that ball is hit sharply out to the shortstop and speared there by Bachman. There's out number 1 as Palomo hit that one well, but Bachman was there and waiting for it. And there is one gone here in the third inning. L6 in the book. Here comes Kyle Kettner. He is the second baseman. Played sporadically last year, went 1 for 7 at the plate, had a run batted in as he takes the first pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kettner, the epitome of a program kid, and I mean that is a compliment, as the ball is swung on and hit over on the right side and is picked out of the air by Valade, and a little pop retires Kettner. Again, a fellow who battled his way up from JV, played there freshman, sophomore, and then kind of cracked his way a little bit into the varsity lineup as a junior, and now getting the start this year as a senior. But he's retired to start the third inning. That'll bring up Colt Petty, the designated hitter. Petty, right-handed hitter, swings at the first pitch he sees and pops that one back out of play. And it's no balls and a strike. Petty, a junior. It's a 1-strike pitch, ready to go. And that one is downstairs. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. One nothing PCA here in the top of the third. Glad to have you with us tonight. Chilly evening now. Bounding ball out toward the shortstop. Fielded there by Bachman. He'll throw to first in time. So for the third consecutive inning, it's been 3 up, 3 down. Again, the only blemish for Steele LaBeouf was that hit by pitch, but he has faced the minimum through 3. Nothing doing for Trinity Christian. We go to the bottom of the third. It's PCA 1 and Trinity Christian nothing. You're tuned into Lion Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby Keene with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
1-0 ball game, a good one as we go to the bottom of the third inning as Kason Jones out for his third inning of work for Trinity Christian, and he's going to face the heart of the Prestonwood order, Trent Valade, Max Bachman, and Aiden Moffitt. 3, 4, and 5. As they try to go to work here against Jones, who got out of trouble in the second by striking out Lash Henderson looking with the bases loaded. And again, that's one that Lash is going to say was a little bit high, but plate umpire Brad Zane said, nope, that was at the letters, and that is a strike. By the way, Zane and his partner, Duke White, again, out of the Alliance chapter, the two-man crew. You have 2 guys working early in the year. Of course, once you get into district, I believe that's when you add the third, and then in the playoffs, you get all 4, like you see in the majors. First pitch ball to Valade, who reached on what was scored a hit his first time and got an RBI. That's his 3rd of the year. A ball and no strikes. Peering over the glove. Here's the wind of the pitch. That's a breaking ball for a strike. Hit the outside corner, and it's now 1-1. Well, I'll tell you, Casey Jones so far has looked really good the way he has mixed his pitches, and we knew that's what he was going to have to do. Coach Devin Roach has coached him since he's back about 7 years old, so it's been a while. It's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, he's pitching today, but when he's not on the mound, he's at third base. And his coach said he's one of the best that you will see. Played on the Durand Baseball Club here in the Dallas area. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball hit toward the first baseman, fielded there by Lecker. Waves off the pitcher, goes to the bag himself. And a 3 unassisted, starts the third. That'll bring up Max Bachman, the shortstop. Struck out his first time, so he's 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Keeping tabs on that wind situation as it is blowing straight in now. And that is coming in here to the booth. And any ball hit to center field is going to be knocked down at this point. Get a weather change expected late tomorrow. No rains that are long needed in this part. It's a strike called 0-1 are going to be coming in on Saturday, possibly on Sunday. Fortunately for PCA, they'll have the 3 games in the bag by the end of tomorrow night. Hope you join us for both tomorrow. Here's the 0-1 swing and a miss. And it's now 0-2. Bachman be followed by Aiden Moffitt. Again, this is the middle of the order. A dangerous place here for Casey Jones, who's so far so good as he retired the first batter that he faced here. And a swing, and this one is shot foul down the first base, down the right field side, first base line. And Paloma giving chase, but it's back out of play. Sometimes you just can't get those words out quite the way you want to. But anyway, all of that is a strike. And we'll see now at 0-2. Bachman goes in to protect the plate mode. And so far in his 3 games, he had 5 hits coming in. Checked his swing there, and that was a foul tip, goes back toward the screen. Bachman with a couple of walks so far this year. Had a sacrifice fly as well. And he leads the team, does Max, in 2 out RBIs. He has 3 on the year. Some clutch hitting. Here's the set and the pitch from Jones. That ball is hit out toward the second baseman. Will humpback liner to Kettner, and he puts that one away. And I think he thought that that was the 3rd out because he started to take a few trots in. I think he realized, wait, that's just 2 outs. So they will indeed have Aiden Moffitt bat. No, Kettner, he did. He grabbed it and it's like, hey, head to the dugout. Not yet. So nonetheless, all works out well. Here's Aiden Moffitt. As that pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Moffitt, who bounced out to end the first baseman to the shortstop Hassey. Made a nice play. So 0 for 1 for Aiden, who was likewise been really good so far this year. Leads the team in runs scored, actually tied with Huggins with 6. That pitch a ball, and it now goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Moffitt also tied for the team lead in doubles with 2. He and Huggins also sharing that category. He's winding the pitch. That one is inside for a ball. Now goes to 3 balls and no strikes. So after all that, they got to go back to work. Again, the lights are on here in the ballpark. Play evening baseball. Played some 5 o'clock games earlier against Faith, but now tonight a 7 o'clock start. As that pitch is a strike, and it's 3-1. 2 games tomorrow will start at 4:30 and at 7. We'll be on the air approximately 4 o'clock. We'll see how long that first game goes, but we should be right on time with a 4 o'clock air time. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one is looped over on the right side to the second baseman, Kettner, who makes the play, and he throws to first to end the inning. So that had a little hump back on it too, and Kettner had to wait for it to come down. Finally got rid of it and threw out Moffitt, who has the good speed at first. So up and down in order go the Prestonwood Lions again, as Casey Jones has been really good through 3 innings. Again, he's been mixing and moving so far against this heavy-hitting Prestonwood team. After 3, PCA leads 1-0. You're tuned in to Lion Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Hey there, Lion Nation. I'm Rudy Casanova. owner and president of Global Strategic Business Process Outsource Solutions. In athletics, teamwork is everything. Each player has a role, and when they come together, they achieve greatness. At Global Strategic, we believe the same principle applies to the workplace. When the right people come together, your business thrives. Let Global Strategic help you build a winning team at work. Visit www.globalstrategic.com for more information and schedule some time with me or one of my team. The Casanova family and Global Strategic are proud supporters of the PCA Athletic Program. Go Lions!
Are you injured or in pain and not sure what to do? Schedule a complimentary injury screening and talk to our physical therapists at Vista PT to see if physical therapy is right for you. No prescription or referral is needed.
Steele LaBeouf has not given up a hit through 3 innings as he goes to work against the top of the Trinity Christian order here in the 4th. It'll be Deacon Hiley, Rhett Hiley, and Kason Jones, 1, 2, and 3 against LaBeouf, who again was spectacular through 4 innings against Faith, and then wind up running into a little bit of a rocky bit after that, but finished the game well and got the victory. As that pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Leadoff hitter Deacon Hiley, a senior who popped out to the second baseman in his first at bat. Here's a swing and a foul back. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Deacon is an all-stater in football. And he played baseball as a freshman, took a couple of years off, and then decided he wanted to come back and play baseball his senior year. Said, well, we'll let you do that for sure. As that foul again makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. So again, an all-state performer in football. Everybody knows him for that at Trinity Christian. As he swings and misses, wave through that one, and they'll throw to first. You can see his good speed there, even running out that 2-3 to make it official. But the strikeout is the 2nd in the ball game for Steele LaBeouf. His first outing against Faith, one that he had all the success in earlier. I was looking back to see how many punch outs he had in that one. It was 6. That was the total. Gave up the 3 runs on 4 hits, but all those came in the 4th inning. So we'll see what he does here as he faces Rhett Hiley. Let me correct what I said. Those Faith runs were in the 5th inning. See, it was perfect through 4. Anyhow, there's a first pitch strike, and it is 0-1 here to Rhett Hiley. Deacon's twin brother, the catcher. Flied out his first time, 0 for 1. Pitches outside, and it now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Rhett Hiley, Eastern New Mexico commit. He's an all-state linebacker. Speaking of really good football players, that one's fouled back to the screen. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. He actually took a recruiting trip to Yale, which tells you a little bit about the guy as far as what he's got between his ears, if he's going to take a recruiting trip to Yale. But get this, you know why he chose Eastern New Mexico? I'll tell you. After this pitch is swung on and hit over on the right side, going to be a tough foot race to the bag. And LaBeouf gets there, and there is the out. 3-1 to retire Hiley, and that was an outstanding play by Valet to get over and flip to LaBeouf, and that PFP, and he got there. Let me finish the story. The reason he chose Eastern New Mexico over Yale is because he just felt the Christ vibe from the coaches. In other words, he felt a great Christian atmosphere at Eastern New Mexico, and that was more important to him, you know, perhaps than the Ivy League education or whatever. I'm not trying to make too big a deal out of it, but, you know, it tells you a little bit about the young man right there. So because of that, he's going to Eastern New Mexico, and happy about that as the first pitch strike to Kason Jones, and it is no balls and a strike. The man who grinded out his first time was second. So he's 0 for 1, ball and 1 strike. Now to Jones. So LaBeouf has gone 3 2/3 innings without surrendering a hit so far. As the wind of the pitch is fouled out of play. The count goes to 1-2. Wind continuing to blow in, still 10 to 15 miles an hour. On a Thursday night here in Plano is the 1-2 pitch set to come from LaBeouf. Straight up and down, as you see on the rubber. Now here's the delivery. That one is outside for a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, if you come out to the ballpark tomorrow, again, you'll get double dip action. Dallas Christian coming up first. That's the 4:30 game. And then Taka, that is a home school. It's a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be the second game. We'll tell you more about that in a bit. But LaBeouf comes up with his 3rd strikeout of the ball game, and he is absolutely rolling through 4 innings. Nothing doing again for Trinity Christian. We go to the bottom of the 4th as we're halfway through this one. It's Prestonwood 1, Trinity Christian nothing. As you're tuned into Lion Baseball for Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
One nothing Prestonwood as we go to the bottom of inning number 4. Looks like Casey Jones is going to hang around out there a little bit longer. So far, so good. You know, you want to ramp up pitchers early in the year, but Jones gave up only the run in the 1st on a critical late ball, scored a single that drove in Junior Niffen. But again, he worked out a bases loaded situation in the 2nd and then retired the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Lions in order in the 3rd. So, in a 1-0 game, here comes Riggs Huggins, the designated hitter, who was 0 for 1 in the ball game, grounded out to the second baseman Kettner his first time. He started the day hitting at .714. Of course, numbers are bloated early in the year, but that pitch is downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. I was telling you, double dip baseball tomorrow here at the ballpark. You can come out to the Graham and enjoy 2 games for the Lions against Dallas Christian, coached by former Colorado Rocky Chu Freeman, and then Taka, the homeschool team, which is really good in its own right. A pitch inside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And while you're out here, you can get one of these amazing hot dogs that everyone here in the booth was talking about. And I've heard now about 3 different times from 3 different people how great the dogs are, and I just don't understand. I'm like, how great can a dog be? But everybody's telling the same story, so by jiggers, I'm going to get me one tomorrow and see what all the hubbub's about. That was ball 3 to the plate, 3 balls and no strikes. But there's nothing better than a ballpark hot dog, that's for sure. As the 3-0 delivery, and that one is downstairs for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk allows Huggins to go to first base. And a leadoff base runner. PCA is now Cruz Benuelos will come up as he flied out to right field his first time. He is 0 for 1. Looks down to the third base coach's box momentarily to head coach James Fillet. Of course, Christian Rodriguez shook his hand before the game. He's over at first base coach. Quite a staff the Lions have assembled. Of course, the pitching coach is Griffin Bailey. Throw to first base, runner back in. Austin Taylor in there, and of course the weapon, Coach Blackwell. Jeff Blackwell, he's part of this staff that done a tremendous job with this team. And of course Prestonwood, one of the tops in the state. It's a short bunt at the plate. Boy, that one came in on the right-handed hitter Benuelos, who couldn't get the bunt down. And it's 0-1. Again, this has not been the offensive output that Prestonwood has been accustomed to so far in the first 3 games. In fact, they came into this contest averaging 10.3 runs per contest, hitting at .419. They had gone over double figures the first 2 games and scored 9 against Liberty. Short bunt, pushing it down the first base side. It'll roll into foul territory. And Manuelos now finds himself behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Jake Felsman waiting on deck for Prestonwood. Only 3 hits so far in the game, all of those for PCA. As Jones again rolling into the 4th inning here. As he throws outside. And throw down to first. It's close, but the base umpire, Duke White, said nope, you beat the rap. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, with a 2-man crew, the base umpire has to, play different positions. And with the runner at first, you see where Duke is stationed. He is out there, kind of the edge of the infield, out towards second, not blocking the view of Kettner, but not far away from his vision. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Got him to chase one. The outer part of the plate, Cruz Manuelos is down. And that is strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Jones. And there's 1 out here in the 4th. And here comes Jake Felsman now, the second baseman. Felsman, who reached on that error by the right fielder Paloma his first time. Again, I don't know if the wind had anything to do with it, but he just couldn't haul it in over there. Now, it turned out not to hurt at all because they wound up stranding Felsman at 30. The bases loaded. Runner goes, swinging a bouncing ball foul over the dugout, third base side. No balls and a strike here to Felsman, who got a stolen base as well in that at bat. That was his first of the season. Prestonwood last year stole exactly 100 bases on the year, had an 85% success rate. Runner being held at first by Lecker. They throw over, back in on his belly is Huggins. Riggs can be pretty good. Oh, Vance Hernandez, beg your pardon. Hernandez is in to run. They did the switcheroo, and again, got to pay closer attention. Runner goes. Hernandez on his way down. The throw kind of skips away, and safe at second base is Hernandez, who we saw earlier in the week. Now, he didn't play on Monday night because he was ill, didn't make the trip. So he comes in here as the runner for Huggins, and he winds up at second base on the steal, and the man in scoring position now. That's Hernandez at second. Felsman waiting for the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Check back and the pitch. That was fouled off the foot, I think, or lower leg of Felsman, but he will walk it off. Kind of feels weird playing Thursday night baseball. I mean, because you get in district play, you play Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday, Friday. So you play tonight and you're thinking tomorrow, Saturday, you got a day off. But no, you better go to work tomorrow or you're probably going to have problems. Boss, what are you doing? I watched baseball last night. No balls, 2 strikes. We look back and the pitch. That one was hit inside the bag at third and down the left field line for extra bases. All the way into the corner as the runner scores, crossing the plate is Hernandez, and it is now a 2-0 ball game. Jake Felsman ripping a double. Or actually, it moved all the way now to third, so 2 bases, and he moved up as that throw came back into the infield. And the RBI, which is his 7th of the year, makes it a 2-0 game. And he did put a charge into that one, and now here comes Majewski. This again, Vance Hernandez coming around to score. No chance, by the way, for the third baseman Garcia, as that one was sizzled down the line. So 2-0. Here's Majewski. Stands in for the left side batter's box. Infield is going to come in about halfway now with 1 out and runner at third. The first pitch is outside for a ball. Now I asked the head coach of the Trinity Christian Lions, Devin Roach, if guy who doesn't have overpowering stuff like Casey Jones can only go through a couple innings. He said, no, he can go deeper. And a lot of times those soft tossers, they can only go through the lineup twice. It's a foul ball over on the first base side. Picked up there by the on-deck hitter, Junior Niffen. Flips it back to the pitcher. So we'll see what he does here, having given up only his 4th hit, but 2nd run of the game, and a 3rd run is check the scoring, but I think Felsman just moved up on that play on his own. So coming to the plate, here's the throw, and out at home plate, I guess trying to steal home was Felsman. I'd look down to a scorecard to look up, and here came Felsman from 3rd, and he is out 1-2, and they lose the runner at the plate. There's 2 gone here in the 4th inning. Well, I'm not totally sure right there about the thought behind that, as that pitch is downstairs for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now going back on the scoring of that previous play, they scored at a triple for Felsman. Did he keep going all the way around? I thought he stopped at 2nd and moved up. But they've got a triple in the scorebook. We'll have to double check that perhaps after the game. 2-2 pitch. That one is just called strike 3 as Majewski gets rung up on a nice pitch right there by Casey Jones, who again eludes a big inning against him. He does give up the run on a base hit and nobody left on, but he limits the damage. So a nice job there for Casey Jones. And Trinity Christian still in this ball game against the high-flying Prestonwood Christian team as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Our new score is PCA 2 and Trinity Christian nothing, as you're tuned in to Line Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
Well, a good one tonight here in Plano as we go to the top of the 5th inning. It is 2-0 PCA as Trinity Christian kind of playing some possum, I think, coming in and saying, well, we're playing our first game. We'll see what happens. What happens is they played really good so far. And got a nice pitching performance from Casey Jones on a chilly evening here at the ballpark. And they're right in this one as we go to the 5th. But speaking of Story, Steele LaBeouf, who was our star of the game last time out, is trying to put another star thing up on this one because he has not given up a hit through 4 innings. As we go to the bottom, top of the 5th, and Cooper Young takes the first pitch for ball 1-0. He was hit by a pitch, has been the only base runner in the ball game so far for Trinity Christian. Young, again, a 5-tool star heading to Seward Community College, swings and hits this one back toward the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Quick throw to first, Bachman in time to Valade to retire Young, who hit that one sharply through the guts of the infield, but 6-3 on the putout, and there is one gone. Well, here comes Brance Lecker to the plate.
Number 22, Brance
Lecker is a left-handed hitter. Again, his first time struck out, so he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Peering over the glove, LaBeouf to the plate, swinging a foul back, 0-1. Well, that wind has been steady from center field since the start of the game all the way in. Now up pretty much 15 miles an hour, so it is definitely the pitcher's friend tonight, as that pitch just missed the zone, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. They scored that in the last inning, and again, it may be discussed after the game, a triple on that Felsman ball hit down the line. I think that was double, and he moved up to third. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that was a straight caught stealing on Felsman. I think somebody might have missed a sign. But Felsman dead to rights at the plate as the 1-2 pitch. Oh, breaking ball inside, almost got Lecker up head high. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Trinity Christian, perennial playoff team. There's a swing and a miss at the plate, strike 3. Down goes Lecker, and there is out number 2, and that is now a total of 10 straight set down by Still LaBeouf, who has just been tremendous here in the game. And we'll look at the numbers as far as total pitches on the night for LaBeouf. He right now is setting at only 43 pitches through 4 2/3 innings, as that pitch is a high ball just out of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes to Noah Hassey, the shortstop, who grounded to third his first time. Moffitt threw him out, so he's 0 for 1. Hassey this time will try Bachman, the shortstop. Throw across in time, and there is out number 3. So again, Still LaBeouf has faced the minimum through 5 innings. And nothing in the hit column for Trinity Christian. As we go to the bottom of the 5th with the score, PCA 2, Trinity Christian nothing. And Lion baseball from Metro Sports Communications continues in a moment.
You gotta dip your chicken strips. Hey, this is Kiani.
And this is Tabitha.
And a little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips
is all the different sauces we can dip them in. I like to line up all my favorite sauces so that in every bite, I have a different flavor. Then, with the tenderness of the chicken, the juiciness of it, it's all there.
And for me, I like to mix my sauces so I get a little tang and I get a little sweetness all in one bite. That's just a recipe for a good time, you know?
That's what makes it for me. Like, that's what does it for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Two nothing the score as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And for Prestonwood, it's the top of the order, Junior Niffen, then Lash Henderson and Trent Valade. And we've got a new pitcher for Trinity Christian out on the mound as they've gone to a left-hander out of the pen, and it's a bit of a side armor that is getting loose. And it looks like that's going to be Lecker, who comes in to pitch at this point. So let's see then who the first baseman is going to be. Did they just flip-flop? Try to look through the glasses out there. And looks like, yep, it's going to be a 1-for-1 swap. Kason Jones goes to first base. So Jones does a great job in his 4 innings on the mound, and now turns it over to Lecker, and we'll tell you a little bit about him on the hill as we get him entered into the book. Top of the order, Niffen here has reached both times here in the ball game with a walk and a single. His 2 plate appearances, takes ball 1 ball and no strikes. And for Junior Niffen, had a great on-base percentage of .733 coming into the game, and he's improved on that in his first 2 ABs as he takes a called strike, and it's 1-1. So again, Lecker on the hill. Flying Hawaiian, they call him. Again, he has good pitching bloodlines. Told you earlier, his brother Riley's at West Texas A&M. He's an outstanding pitcher at Trinity Christian. Here's the line of the pitch, and that is a strike, and it's 1-2. Now, if you're watch that delivery, I mean, he's slinging it up there, and you know, I call it whatever you want. Whether he's slinging slop or throwing strikes, doesn't matter if it's effective. as here's the 1-2 delivery, and that one is swung on and topped right at the plate. Going to be a tough play for the catcher. Hiley has it, and he has no play as he picked it up, dropped it, but safe at first was Niffen with his great speed. He was going to have no chance to get him anyhow, and so Niffen with his third consecutive opportunity to reach base as he gets an infield hit, 2 for 2 with a walk in the ball game, and again with blazing speed on at first, and we'll see what he gets in the way of the green light. I would think first pitch he'll be off and running. Last year, Niffen had 9 stolen bases. First pitch to strike, and it's 0-1. So he wasn't going to that first delivery to Lash Henderson, who is 0 for 2 in his return to the lineup. Actually, should say debut, because he missed the first 3 games due to injury. Now he's back in. And the 1-strike pitch came in, nicked off the catcher's glove, goes back to the screen. I believe that's going to be a pass ball. Move the runner up to second base as Niffen is in scoring position. So now one swing of Lash Henderson's bat, he could increase this lead out to 3. Right now, 2-0. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Lions. No runs. Hit column empty for Trinity Christian. And TC has 1 error in the ball game. Here's the pitch. That one is high for a ball. It's down 2 balls and a strike. Again, Valade waiting on deck for the Lions. Well, Jones went 4 innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Through 71 pitches, 46 of those were strikes. Again, Jones very good in his season debut. Here's the pitch. That one's through the zone, and it's down 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Lash Henderson, you know, licking his chops. 5-tool superstar, big threat at the plate. Again, you look at that huge hole over on the left side. If you can get around on one, be easy to get it through. Now the shortstop does pull back over. Hassey, as that one is lifted in the air into left center field, carrying back toward the wall, and it will hit short of the wall, and it will score a run as Henderson is into second. And welcome back, Lash Henderson with his first hit of the year. It's a double, and the Lions increase their lead. It's now 3-0. Junior Niffen scores, and Lash Henderson got around on that pitch and gets RBI number 1 on the year. I think he needs his sliding glove as he gets some equipment brought in from the dugout over on the first base side. So here's Trent Valade at the plate. Left-handed hitter is 1 for 2. Single and bounced out to the first baseman as that one slow breaking ball through the zone for a strike, and it's 0-1. Let's see, looking at tomorrow's schedule, Trinity Christian will play Taka in the morning at 11:30 and then turn around and play Dallas Christian at 2, as that one is hit to the left side, or the right side I should say, and fielded by the second baseman Kettner, who throws to first. And there is the out number 1 in the inning. But on the play, Henderson goes over to third base, where he is now 90 feet away with less than 2 out. Now Max Bachman with an opportunity here to play to run. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game, which has been unusual because he's came into the game hitting at .500. He struck out and lined out in his first 2 at bats this evening against Case and Jones. Get a very good outing for Jones. It's Lecker now in as that one is swung on and popped foul. Foul ground. It is snagged up a hop there by the first baseman. Jones, who of course was the pitcher, flip-flopped with Lecker, changed positions. No balls and a strike. Henderson at third. Here's the delivery. That one is going to be a little bit outside. And it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Moffitt in the on-deck circle for the Lions. Again, have not had their customary outburst in an inning, as they've had several of those so far this year, but kept off balance this evening. Swinging a ball fouled. Got to play first base side. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Three nothing, PCA on top. So playing the bottom of the 5th inning, but they've got a run at third. The infield, of course, you can see playing in all the way around is the 1-2 pitch inside. Backed him off the plate. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed batter against the lefty, Lecker. 2-2 downstairs, now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brance Lecker, again the second pitcher of the day. Employed by skipper Devin Rocha. I told him on our phone call this week, I said, you're the second Rocha that I ever knew when I did the play-by-play for the University of Oklahoma back in the, about 2007 era. Had a portly right-hander named Michael Rocha. A called strike 3. Sets down Max Bachman. So enough of surname news as Bachman strikes out against Lecker. And that'll bring Aiden Moffitt to the plate. But again, nice job of pitching by this Trinity Christian team to keep Prestonwood a bit off balance. It's now Moffitt, who is 0 for 2 in the game. That is a bit of news. As he came in hitting 400, takes the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Moffitt has bounced out twice. First to the shortstop, Hassey in the first, beg your pardon, and then to Kentner in his second at bat. Slings that one in for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Well, you got to think that's weird. Left-hander just three-quarter just slinging. I mean, every time you can see, his delivery, it's just probably a little bit disconcerting, especially to a left-handed hitter. Probably looks like it's coming in behind your ear. Back to the plate, swinging a roller hit back through the middle into center field, and a base hit for Aiden Moffitt, and a 2-out single for the Lions. And they have an opportunity to try to do something here in the inning as the run crosses the plate, making it 4-0 and an RBI for Moffitt as he plates Henderson. They get that 2-out hit and increase their lead by 1. They've got 2 in here in the 5th inning. And now Riggs Huggins due to come up. And are we going to have another courtesy runner, or what are we going to do? As James Valade is coming down to talk to the plate umpire, Brad Zane, and he's got his lineup card in his hand. Let's see, what is he telling him? I'm looking down, let's see, there was some action down in the bullpen, some rustling around there. I think somebody needed a helmet, perhaps. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. We've got a runner coming in at first base. And I think that's going to be Preston Smith. Yep, Preston Smith is who comes in to run. So after all that, he was like down somewhere in the bullpen area. But now Smith comes in to run for Moffitt here in the 5th inning. And the first pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. So pitch runner in the ball game here, Smith. In a 4-0 ball game, as now they have added a run. Have the Lions. Well, of course, both teams the Lions. PCA getting the run here. Smith, a transfer, the Frisco ISD. A lot of times just spending time in that bullpen as the bullpen catcher. That's why they had to bring him out of there. This one is lifted in the air toward left field. Coming on underneath it, and there to make the catch is Deacon Hiley, and that will do it for PCA here in the 5th. So they double their lead as they come up with a couple of runs in the inning on 3 base hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 5 in the books here in Plano. New score, PCA 4 and Trinity Christian nothing. And PCA baseball continues for Metro Sports Communications.
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby Keene with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
Well, time to put on the windbreaker here in the booth, as it has gotten just a little bit on the chillier side as that wind continuing to blow in from center field as we go to the top of the 6th inning. And Steele LaBeouf, who's just been wonderful in his first 2 starts this year, out on the hill, taking it into the 5th inning again. He has not given up a hit so far in the ball game, so he's got a little bit of ways to go to try to get a little bit of high school immortality. Beg your pardon. The sophomore, again, about 6'2", probably about 185 pounds. You know, good southpaw, following the footsteps of his brother CJ, who Prestonwood fans know, the MVP of the district last year, all district, all state. Absolutely fabulous player, big fella, 6'6", about 290, and of course playing at Hill Junior College right now. His dad told me he got his first home run, or a big home run, big 3-run shot recently. Here's the ball swung on, and that one is hit foul down the left field side. Giving chase down there was Niffin. Can't get to it. No balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Miguel Palomo. Palomo, transfer from Monterey High School in Lubbock, really a speed guy. Playing in right field here in this ball game. Could play backup catcher. He played catcher at Monterey. You know what? He's a what do you call the artsy fellas? What's the word? It's his. I speak for a living, and I'm missing a word right now. He's one-act play. He does all this one-act plays. He loves that. So it's like he's into acting and all that cool stuff. At the plate, as he took that ball. A thespian. Come on, folks, help me. I got friends here in the booth. I'm searching for a word, and I can't find it. 2-2 pitch. Taken, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. I had philanthropist stuck in my head, and I'm like, no, that's not it. He's not old enough to be a philanthropist, not yet, I don't think. Here's a 3-2, and that one is downstairs, ball forward. He draws the walk right there from LaBeouf, and that is only the 2nd base runner of the ball game, allowed by Steele LaBeouf, and now Trinity Christian has a shot as Kyle Kettner comes to the plate, 2nd baseman. Kettner in his first full year. Again, we told you to throw to first base, and they almost got that runner there. Almost, but not quite. Told you about Kettner, working his way up. His freshman and sophomore years, always up through his junior season on the JV, but now brought his sure-handed glove up to the varsity level as he waits from the right side batter's box, and LaBeouf to the plate. That one is downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Okay, if you're looking at the pitch count on LaBeouf, well, just quit looking, because he's only, last time I checked, 46 pitches. There's a roller out towards short, and that one is booted by the sure-handed shortstop, Max Bachman, who couldn't hold that one to flip to second. So instead of a tailor-made double play, it's going to be an error on Bachman. 2nd in as many games, and now an opportunity for Trinity Christian Lubbock, because they've got the tying run in the on-deck circle as the 9-hole hitter. Colt Petty set to come up, the designated hitter. Again, that one was absolutely tailor-made. But instead, now we've got a visit to the pitcher's mound. Here with nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. A chance to tell you that PCA Baseball brought to you in part by Incentive Brands, also Chick-fil-A at Plano Parkway and Park Boulevard. Thank them for my pregame meal. Want to say thanks as well to Incentive Brands and Comfort Maker, air conditioning and heating, all of these proud partners. PCA Baseball, is that chit chat on the mound still going on. They brought the entire infield in. James Filet going out to have a word there. Doesn't want this one to get away. I mean, you're up 4-0. You think it's fairly comfortable, but don't want to let one swing of the bat turn into something bad and have it get into a much closer game against a Trinity Christian team that has some skins on the wall in recent years as far as successes. They're on the South Plains. So here we go. LaBeouf ready, and they're going to have to throw back to second base. Nothing doing there. It's now Petty with Deacon Hiley waiting in the on-deck circle. Here in the top of the 6th inning. LaBeouf disengages from the rubber. The runners at first and second. As you see, 4-7-1 for PCA, 0-0-1 for Trinity Christian. Outfield playing fairly deep, even with that wind blowing in for the number 9 hitter in the order. Pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, 2 games tomorrow. Tune in at 4 o'clock, our scheduled airtime, with the first game against Dallas Christian, and we'll turn around right after that's over, and 30 minutes later, play against Taka, the home school. As the 1-0 pitch, that one is outside for a ball, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. There's action in the Prestonwood bullpen. Can't see through the screens just yet to see who that is loosening up, but you don't want to let LaBeouf get in trouble as good as he's been so far in the game. Back to the plate, swings that one through at the knees, and the count now goes to 2 balls and a strike here. The 9-hole hitter Petty. Top of the order, Deacon Hiley is on deck. Be careful going back through that 3rd time, but again, the infield right now, still a double play depth. They missed an opportunity a moment ago, that error by Bachman. We'll see if they can make up for it as a foul to the screen. So he's 2 balls and 2 strikes here. LaBeouf following in the ample shadow of his pitching mate, Savion Sims, who was just off the charts on Monday night down in Southwest Dallas County. Dallas Baptist against Liberty. He struck out 10 batters, gave up a run in 3 innings of work. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Pretty good battle developing right here between Steele LaBeouf and Colt Petty. Well, this game, again, with a 2-hour time limit on all games. Even if it's the last game of the evening, they want to keep all the pitching usage the same, so 2 hours is the time limit. But this game has gone by quickly, with the exception of a couple of slogs. As a swing and a miss, strike 3, and down goes Petty as LaBeouf gets strikeout number 5 in the ball game. 1 out here in the 6th, and now Deacon Hiley, the top of the order.
Next batter, top of the order, left fielder number 21.
About to come in, the senior, who's 0 for 2. He's popped out to second base and struck out in his first 2 appearances at the plate. Hiley's dad, Ryan, is the director of communication services there at Trinity Christian. It's that first pitch of ball, 1-0. His granddad, Bob, was actually the head baseball coach back in the day at Trinity Christian. Swing at this one, and it's popped back out of play. Deacon Hiley, appropriately named because he could play football because he's an all-state player on the football field, so he's an absolute stud when it comes to that. But he wants to attend Lubbock Christian University and go to their Christian studies and take care of that instead of chasing a football career, I suppose, at the next level. So, again, tip of the cap there to that young man, Deacon Hiley, for some good priorities. Again, taking Christian studies over football is a swing and a foul to the screen. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Top of the order here in the 6th inning for Trinity Christian in a 4-0 PCA ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Get a double play, gets them out of the inning as they're going to turn and fake the throw to second base. Nothing special going on there. LaBeouf, 5 1/3. It's not allowed a hit. Hasn't given up a run either, of course. He struck out 5, walked 1. Has thrown 62 pitches so far. 39 of those have been strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging the ball, hit off the end of the bat, foul. Over on the right side, out of play. Stays a ball and 2 strikes. Deacon's brother Rhett waiting the on-deck circle, hoping for a chance. Outfield again is playing fairly deep for that wind blowing in. Top of the order here, 1-2. That one is a called strike 3 as a breaking ball dropped through the inside of the plate. Down goes Deacon Hiley, and there is out number 2 in the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Stone LaBeouf as he just put number 6 on the board. And now here is Rhett Hiley. Another senior, of course, being Deacon's twin. Does add up. He was the newcomer of the year in district. He was a sophomore, first team all-district last year. Swings at this one, fouls it back. No balls and a strike. So a good job here by LaBeouf to get out of trouble, perhaps with the walk and then the error on that tailor-made double play ball for Bachman, who misplayed it. They had 2 on, nobody out. But then he struck out Petty, did LaBeouf, and then fanned to Deacon Hiley. And now he's trying to do brother on brother crime, or after brother, I should say, as Rhett waiting at the plate and the pitch outside for a ball. A ball and a strike. Well, this one's getting interesting because still LaBeouf only at 66 pitches. It seems like he has more left in the tank, but I'm sure James Valade will play it very carefully, particularly here early in the year. For LaBeouf, who's pitched since he was about 7 years old. 1-1 delivery high and away, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Steele's dad here in the booth, part of the game operations crew. His mom, the director of special education in the Louisville Independent School District. Here's the 2-1. That one is swung on and popped back out of play. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Unless we forget his sister Dixie, who's 8 years old and does just about everything, any sport she can find. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-0 PCA on top. But a chance here for Trinity Christian as Rhett Hiley waiting, fouled that one back to the screen. So this is quite a battle here between LaBeouf and Hiley. Cason Jones, big hitter in the on-deck circle, but LaBeouf would just as soon see him in the 7th inning or perhaps turn it over to a closer. We'll see. Runner at second, Palomo. Kettner at first, swinging a ball hit sharply out towards short. This time Bachman has it, throws across in time, and that will do it for the inning. 6-3 on the putout. and 2 runners stranded. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. PCA 4, Trinity Christian nothing. This is Lion Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Well, taking care of business is exactly what Steele LaBeouf has done, as he is now 3 outs away, and we'll see if he comes out in the next inning to try to finish off this masterpiece tonight. As again, through 6 frames, he has yet to allow a hit. He has struck out 6, walked 1, and hit a batter, but he would be facing 3, 4, and 5 in the 7th, and it'll be up to head coach James Valet to decide how he's going to try to finish this one off in a 4-0 ball game. But for the Lions, they're going to look for some insurance here against Brant Lecker. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's going to be the lower third of the order. Cruz Benuelos, Jake Felsman, and Quinn Majewski due up here.
That's not for the Lions at PCA.
And we'll see if this Lion offense can get untracked anymore, as they've got 7 hits so far in the game. That is a season low output, which sounds crazy because, you know, 7 hits, nothing to sneeze at, but they've been tearing the cover off the ball early, as they had 11 runs, 13 runs, and then 9 the last time out against Liberty. But they've been held a little bit in check here by the tandem of Kason Jones and Brant Lecker. That first pitch ball to the leadoff hitter, Benuelos. Again, Jones, the starter, went 4 innings. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gave up 4 hits, 2 runs both earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Lecker out of the bullpen. Actually came from first base, to be exact, but he went through that 1 inning as he comes to the plate inside, 2 balls and a strike. Gave up the 2 runs in the 5th on 3 hits. Struck out 1 so far. The lefty on the mound, they call the Flying Hawaiian, from Hawaiian parents, is a swing and a ball hit to center field. Into the breeze, that'll knock it down. Center fielder Young comes in, puts it away, and there is out number 1. Fly ball to the very skilled center fielder, Cooper Young. One of the best outfielders in Lubbock. Public, private, maybe even at Tech, who knows? Boy, big connection out there, of course, in the hub city with anything to do with Tech. Head coach Tim Tadlock out there has had some good teams. A College World Series team a while back. Pitch a strike, and it's 0-1. Here's the delivery. That one is downstairs for a ball. That's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Just trying to see here. Oh, it was Jones, the pitcher. He was a bat boy for Tech one time back in their glory years. One of the years when they were really rolling in the playoffs. So he knows all about Tech baseball. 1-2 pitch. That one is swung on and fouled. So we'll stay a ball and 2 strikes. The wind continuing to steadily blow in. It seems like it's almost picked up the entire game. It was maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour to start the ball game, and then 15, and it's been steady throughout. A ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitching from the third base side of the rubber, the left-hander Lecker comes to the plate. That one is hit over in the hole. Deep throw from short across, not in time, as beating it out was Felsman, and his second hit of the ball game, and a one-out base runner here as Hasse backed out as far as he could, and then with a quick throw to first base, not in time to get Felsman, and there's one on with one out. Now here comes Majewski, the right fielder, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Had a hit on the infield back in the second, struck out looking to end the fourth inning. So lefty-lefty matchup. Runner goes from first. The pitch is a strike. The throw down is not in time because the ball kicked away from Hasse. Couldn't hold on to it. Stolen base for Majewski. I beg your pardon, for Felsman, with Majewski at the plate. That is the second steal tonight for Felsman. That's the third stolen base as a team for Prestonwood, which now has 9 on the season. No balls and a strike. Check back. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's now 0-2. Again, this off-speed stuff all night long from Jones and Lecker, and just mixing pitches. And you got to give credit to Trinity Christian and Coach Devin Roach, and particularly their pitching coach, Clint McDonald, for the way they've set up this attack this evening against that big hitting Prestonwood team, as that one just missed the outside corner. He's threw that frisbee up there, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're looking ahead to the 7th, it's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Jones, Young, and Lecker due up for Trinity Christian, and we'll see if they let LaBeouf go to the mound to try to finish off his jewel, or if they go to the bullpen. And again, it could depend on how long this half inning takes here. You almost want to have it be a short inning so you can go back out there. But if they can score a bunch of runs, why not? Pitch outside for a ball. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, be with us tomorrow for the doubleheader starting at 4 o'clock. Dallas Christian and then TACA coming in, T-A-C-A, the acronym for that homeschool club that will be coming to play ball. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. That one is hit over inside the bag at first, down the right field line into the corner. That'll score a run. Digging for second and sliding safely is Quinn Majewski with RBI number 5 on the year. And Prestonwood now leads it 5-0. Well, another 2-base hit.
Top of the order for PCA, left fielder number 1, Junior.
Plates Felsman, who comes across to score. And we go back to the top of the order for the red-hot Junior Niffen, who, again, we told you at the top of the broadcast, came in hitting at .667 on the year as he was 8 for his first 12. All he's done is add 2 more hits and 2 official plate appearances here. And he's got a walk, 2 runs scored as he takes ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the order for the Lions. Definitely the table setter. Henderson waiting on deck. Runner at second with 1 out. The pitch slings inside, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. In the earlier games today that were played here at the Graham, TACA, tomorrow's opponent, the evening opponent for PCA, smashed Dallas Christian 14-2 as that pitch inside. Now 2 balls and a strike. In the game just before this one, McKinney Christian beat Cormdeo 6-3 was the final. So PCA playing this evening against Trinity Christian. Runner goes for third. The pitch is swung on and hit foul. And caught. Did he get it behind? No, okay. He picked it up behind the play. As I say, he got it, but after all of that, what is that noise? Some strange noise here at the ballpark. Anyway, the catcher, Hiley, was looking up around and picked the ball back up. I guess it bounced back to him. But anyway, after all of that, back to second base. Goes the runner, Majewski. Niffen still at the plate with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Here's Lecker, ready, comes to the plate, swinging a ball hit down the right field side, back out of play, I think. Right fielder Palomo gave it a good chase, but it is beyond his reach, so it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Okay, what was I about to tell you? Oh, tomorrow's games, that's right. So Trinity Christian in the morning plays Taka at 11:30. At 2 o'clock, they'll play Dallas Christian. Then Dallas Christian turns right back around and plays Prestonwood at 4:30. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Junior Niffen reached that one out off the outer edge of the plate. And there's 2 gone. And here comes Lash Henderson to the plate. And now comes a visit to the mound as the pitching coach, Clint McDonald, wants to have a word here with Lecker, just to maybe remind him that first base is open. Matter of fact, second base is open too. No, it is not. He was at third base talking about Majewski. He was visiting with James Valade, so he trots back to second. So anyway, first base is open if they want to be very careful here to Henderson. Not that you'd want to put an extra base runner on with Trent Valade on deck. That's like going from the frying pan into the fire. But Henderson waiting from the right side. That pitch, a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. So out in front is Lecker. Again, the 2-hour time limit still a few minutes away. I don't think we're going to get there. Now, we've still got 12 minutes to play, so we'll get in the top of the 7th inning in, it looks like, for sure. 1 strike on the batter. 5-0, Prestonwood on top. But the runner at second base. High set in the pitch. That one is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I know that a lot of baseball to be played, but if you're Devin Rocha and this is game number 1, your team rolls out and you played one of the top teams in the state of Texas this well, you got to feel good about game number 1. Pitch inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, you get to get a little bit deeper into your pitching rotation when you get into the next 2 games, and that's what these early season tournaments are all about, just to see who you got out in the field, and particularly in your pitching, because this will tell you early as the 2-1 dismissed outside, 3 balls and a strike. Again, he's being appropriately careful to Lash Henderson, who again missed the first 3 games due to a hand contusion, but he's back now and ready to go. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and hit down the left field line, deep back toward the corner, giving chase, and unable to hang on to it was the left fielder, Hiley, and in to score for the Lions is Majewski, and at second is Lash Henderson. And it just looked to me like Deacon Hiley couldn't hold on to it. So it's got to be an error, and it plates the run as Henderson drives in Majewski. And again, 6-0 at this point. Again, it was hit deep toward the corner, and it was a long run there for Hiley to get there. It seems like these outfielders have had some trouble tonight, and I don't know if it's the wind or just, playing the first game or what, but Palomo had trouble with one early in the ball game, and then Deacon Hiley right there, unable to haul that one in the corner. And it's now a 6-0 game. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul. Lay at the plate for the Lions. Henderson at second. One strike on the batter. The delivery, swing and a ball hit down the right field line, chasing toward the corner. It's down for extra bases. Here comes another run. On his way to second is Valade as Henderson crosses the plate, and it's now 7-0. A two-base hit for Trent Valade.
Next batter for the Lions, the shortstop, number 9.
And the Lions are teeing off here a little bit on Lecker, who came in relief of Jones. As Lecker's now given up 5 runs in an inning and 2/3. And now Max Bachman, the cleanup hitter, comes up. And Bachman, this is kind of the story of the night. He's been held hitless as he is 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts with a line out sandwiched in between. And he hits that one right to the third baseman, fielded by Garcia, throws to first, and that will end the inning. 5-3 on the putout. So Max Bachman with 0 for 4 tonight, but PCA tacks on 3 runs. We're going to check scoring in the inning. They've scored that ball on Henderson, a double. Not sure about that, but we're going to call it 3 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 1 left on. So we go to the top of the 7th inning, and Still LaBeouf is back out to try to finish off a masterpiece, and we'll tell you how he does when we continue. It's 7-0 after 6. On Prestonwood Lions baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
With friendly and knowledgeable dealers who install long-lasting and reliable systems, you can trust Comfort Maker to keep you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
Still LaBeouf is trying to finish off something that a lot of pitchers in baseball at any level, high school, college, and pro, never get the opportunity, but he is 3 outs away right now in the top of the 7th inning. As you look in that hit column for Trinity Christian, and there's a 0 in it right now, and he's going to try to keep that as he faces 3, 4, and 5 Jones, Young, and Lecker here in the 7th inning. As that pitch to start the frame, outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Again, number of pitches, no problem for LaBeouf in the ball game, as he just threw pitch number 72 right there, as that one is a strike, and it's now 1-1 to Jones, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Jones was a starting pitcher, threw very well. Swinging a foul tip. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outstanding player for the TC Lions. As the 1-2 delivery, breaking ball just missed the outside corner, and it's now 2-2. Plate umpire Brad Zanes had a pretty good zone tonight. He didn't give him that one. Nobody out, bases empty, top of the 7th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That was a fastball, just missed the inside corner. And now it's 3-2. Well, the first one he just missed outside, this one he just missed inside. Jones waiting, the pitch. That one is downstairs, and a free pass and a leadoff base runner here in the 7th inning for Trinity Christian. So that'll bring Cooper Young to the plate. Young, we talked about all these players with Christian bents, whether it's wanting to go to college for that reason or wanting to do that as a profession. Well, Young can follow in his dad's footsteps because he's a pastor. Throw over to first base, chase the runner in. Again, a 5-tool player, Young, so LaBeouf needs to be very careful here to this right-handed hitter. Again, 7-0 the score. LaBeouf to the plate, swing and a miss. Chase one off the outer edge. It's a no balls and a strike. Brant Lecker started the game at first base. On the pitcher, scheduled to be next. The pitch, swinging a foul back. No balls and 2 strikes. After the game, we'll have our start of the game interview. Be sure you stay around for that. Give you the wrap up of this one, which looks like Prestonwood is going to find its 4th victory, improved 4-0 on the year. Swinging the ball hit out towards short, going to be a slow bouncing ball to Bachman. He'll take the out at first base, and there's one gone. As on to second goes Jones, but 6-3 on the put out. And there is first out. Now Brant Lecker coming up. Lecker, right-handed batter. LaBeouf has the sign from Banuelos. Here we go. At bat starts. That's a strike outside corner, and it's 0-1. Oh, Bo Connor enters the game as a runner? Or the hit? Okay, Bo Connor is at the plate. I'm sorry, I missed that one. Connor swings and fouls this one back. Or did he? I don't think he got a piece of it. I think that was just a swing and a miss, and it eluded the glove of Banuelos, so a pass ball allows the runner to move up. Sorry for missing the pinch hitter there as Bo Connor comes to the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the delivery. Having a swung on and foul tip back to the plate. Back behind the plate, I should say. Back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Connor, just a freshman. He's got a bright future on this team. See how big he is. That ball hit over on the right side, just outside the bag at first, is Valade over to play it. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 7th inning. LaBeouf to the plate, just misses downstairs, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch count for Steele now up to 83 pitches on the evening, 54 of those strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Connor is retired for the 2nd out here in the 7th inning. And still LaBeouf is 1 out away. As now Noah Hasse comes to the plate. Hasse, a really good player, played for LCU pitching coach Jermaine Van Buren's summer team. He's back at shortstop this year, played second the year before as there's a swing and a foul tip back, and it's 0-1. So 2 strikes away here for Steele LaBeouf. I'm not sure if what the bundled up crowd need to be up on their feet making some noise here as he's approaching something really special. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in a 7-0 ball game. Again, 0 in the hit column for Trinity Christian. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And now Steele LaBeouf is down to the final strike. So Hasse going to try to spoil this. LaBeouf trying to finish it. Runner at third. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ball hit out towards second, fielded by Felsman, throws to first, and it's a no-hitter for Steele LaBeouf, the sophomore, as he is mobbed by his teammates over down the first base line. And yeah, saved that baseball for Steele LaBeouf, who throws a no-hitter tonight at Graham Field. Final score, Prestonwood 7, Trinity Christian nothing. Final totals and the star of the game show coming next as you're tuned in to Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Storm damage? Don't wait until it's too late. At Up to Date Roofing, we bring top quality craftsmanship, honest pricing, and fast service to protect what matters most, your home. From repairs to full replacements, we keep your roof and your home up to date. Call us today and stay covered, rain or shine. Up to Date Roofing, keeping you covered no matter the weather. Storm damage? Don't wait until it's too late. At Up to Date Roofing, we bring top quality craftsmanship, honest pricing, and fast service to protect what matters most, your home. From repairs to full replacements, we keep your roof and your home up to date. Call us today and stay covered, rain or shine. Up to Date Roofing, keeping you covered no matter the weather.
Now we're back. Final totals tonight for PCA: 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left. For Trinity Christian, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 3 left. The winning pitcher, Steele LaBeouf, who goes the distance to get the victory to improve to 2-0 on the year. And the losing pitcher, Kason Jones, who didn't fare badly, goes 4 innings, give up a couple of runs, had 4 strikeouts in the ballgame, but comes up on the short end. The time of game was 2 hours and 1 minute as PCA improves to 4-0. Trinity Christian starts the year at 0-1. Well, it's rare that you have back-to-back interviews with the same player, and particularly not a sophomore. But I think tonight it's that time. We have a short break. We'll be right back with our star of the game. You are tuned in to PCA Baseball for Metro Sports Communications.
Storm damage? Don't wait until it's too late. At Up to Date Roofing, we bring top quality craftsmanship, honest pricing, and fast service to protect what matters most, your home. From repairs to full replacements, we keep your roof and your home up to date. Call us today and stay covered, rain or shine. Up to Date Roofing, keeping you covered no matter the weather.
Final score tonight, 7-0. PCA defeats Trinity Christian. Time for our star of the game interview. And if you're tuning in thinking, wait a minute, I saw this last week, you did. But this is an encore performance. As tonight, a no-hitter for this man, Steele LaBeouf, the sophomore who comes out and was absolutely dazzling tonight. Congratulations. I mean, a no-hitter. I don't care if it's high school, college, pro. It's amazing. So what's going through your body right now?
Just thank God I got through that 6th inning, right? I mean, it got a little choppy there for a minute, but I got it back and was able to finish it out.
What was the best part of this game for you? When did you know that you really had something going?
After that 6th inning, really. I mean, I don't try and celebrate too early. I try and keep that superstition real tucked down. But I mean, after that 6th inning, I was really hyped, really excited about all of that.
Well, we talked about, early in the ball game, you had that leadoff base runner, and then he was erased on the pickoff. Tell us about that move.
I mean, I just don't look at him. The pitch right before that, or the pickoff right before that, I kind of messed with him with I was looking at him and then pitched down, but that time I was just straight home plate and then picked him off. It was a little psyching him out, but it was fun.
Does it help you as a pitcher when the game is very much in the balance? I mean, you were only up, 2-0 in the 4th inning. You scored that second run in the 4th. Does that help keep you locked in a little more?
No, the score doesn't change anything about how I pitch. It's just as long as I go up there and do my job, the score doesn't matter to me.
So they always ask a fellow who throws a no-hitter, when did you first notice it? When were you thinking about it that 0 was still in the hit column?
Right after that, right after the 6th inning, whenever I had gotten out of that, I looked up at the scoreboard and was like, huh? Would you look at that?
That late? Are you telling the truth? People are watching you. You're telling the truth.
I'm serious.
The 6th inning is when you thought about it.
Yeah, I never paid attention to any of that. Just go out there and do my job.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive. I noticed in 3rd or 4th, I was starting to count. Well, they hadn't given up a hit. So okay, take us to the after the 6th inning. Now you got through that. You got through the, what could have been potential trouble. Pitched out of that. Now you go back to the dugout. What was going on there? Did anybody talk to you? Did Coach talk to you? Or did you go to yourself? What'd you do?
Majority of them just kind of left me alone, but my catcher Cruz kept on having to tell me to just sit down because I was pacing back and forth between the dugout because I couldn't sit still. Even whenever I was sitting down, I had my legs shaking the entire time. It was something.
So was it excitement or was it nervousness?
I'm gonna say excitement, but it was the latter. But, I mean, I'm never gonna admit that I was a little bit nervous, but it was there.
So take us there into the 7th. Kind of take us through that inning. What was it like?
I mean, just brand new inning. Gotta do the same thing that I've done the last few times, but just kind of slowing the game down. Just making sure that I have everything going, making sure that I'm dialing in with my fastball, and making sure that I'm doing my job like I always have.
So when you get to the last batter and you've got the opportunity, now did it ramp up a little bit more? I mean, were you thinking, okay, I got one more batter to get this one finished?
Hearing the cheers from everyone out here, especially from my mom, was just it made me chuckle a little bit and laugh. So I was it made me relax. It was nice since I've been hearing both my parents screaming at me all game and pretty much all my life whenever I'm doing that good. But it just it really calmed me down, gave me the ability to just really go at him, strike him out.
Okay, so we talked a lot about just you in general in that first game, but now just the fact that now you've looked so good the first 2 times out with the victory, with the 4+ in game 1, and now a no-hitter. I asked you about your confidence after that first game. Well, now what are you thinking?
Quite honest, I'm not. Just kind of enjoying the moment. Just excited to be able to do it with this team. I really enjoy all the people I play with here.
Well, we appreciate that, and we'll let you go celebrate. You don't even have to wait for us. We'll take a break, and you can go down and talk to your teammates and celebrate some more. But we really want to congratulate you on an outstanding effort, and Man, it's something you'll never forget. You
Yes,
got that
sir.
ball, right? They gave you the ball?
I'm about to go get it, yeah.
Gotta go get it.
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations. That's still above our star of the game. Threw a no-hitter tonight, 7-0, Prestonwood with the victory. We'll take a final timeout, return to wrap it up when Prestonwood baseball continues from Metro Sports Communications. All right, you're up.
Hey there, Lion Nation. I'm Rudy Casanova, owner and president of Global Strategic Business Process Outsource Solutions. In athletics, teamwork is everything. Each player has a role, and when they come together, they achieve greatness. At Global Strategic, we believe the same principle applies to the workplace. When the right people come together, your business thrives. Let Global Strategic help you build a winning team at work. Visit www.globalstrategic.com for more information and schedule some time with me or one of my team. The Casanova family and Global Strategic are proud supporters of the PCA Athletic Program. Go Lions!
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
Well, a joyous night tonight at the ballpark as PCA wins it 7-0. And again, this Trinity Christian team for game one of the year acquitted itself pretty well, although without the benefit of a hit. But I can see some flash in this club, and I think before the end of the year, you're going to know that that they've come for it, because Devin Rocha has put together a really good team, and they have some talent there. But tonight, again, just a rough go against Steele LaBeouf, who has been spectacular. And what a good young man. I mean, talking to him after the game, you can see the humility. And, again, his dad here in the booth and talking about mom. That was some funny stuff. That was good. But, pretty good night for the Lions as they get the victory. Of course, anytime you win, it's good. But as far as the hitters tonight go for PCA, looking at the stat board, Junior Niffen wound up with a couple of hits again, as he is now 2 for 3 in this ball game. Lash Anderson made his return to the lineup, went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI, so kind of picks up where he leaves off, right? Trent Valade went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, as well as also a couple of hits for Jake Felsman and 2 for Quinn Majewski, too, as they wind up with 11 on the night and the 7-0 victory. So, again, all in all, just about a perfect evening and a very neat bow. 2 hours and a minute on the ball game, and fans go home happy tonight. So a reminder, we'll be right back here tomorrow, more tournament play, as we will have game 2 of the 3 that PCA will play. 4:30 is the scheduled start time tomorrow. 4 o'clock will be our airtime. This will be on for the warm-up show, as it will be Prestonwood against Dallas Christian at 4:30, and then at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, the nightcap will be Prestonwood and Taka, so be sure you stick around for that. So we want to say special thanks to our production crew, of course, Barry Walters, who couldn't do it without him. Our chief engineer down below, he with some help from Michael Clark, and son Preston Clark, and our production assistants, and also Ben Stevenson running the camera up here up top on our main camera, and of course Brooke and Seth down on the dugouts. Spectacular job by all. Tip of the cap, and everyone here in the booth as well. So we hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's something you're not going to see very often, a no-hit no-hitter tonight, and it was a beauty for Steel LaBeouf as Preston wins it by a score of 7-0. Until tomorrow at 4 o'clock when we join you right back here, same time, I want to say a very special good night from Plano. It's a no-hit night as the Lions win it 7-0. Good night.
Prestonwood Christian Academy Baseball has been brought to you by Freeform Chiropractic, Children's Health, Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Harris Baguette, Cowboys Fit, Bass Signs North Dallas, Sky Ranch, Aquaterra Outdoors. Also by Texas Tiny Teeth Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics, Up to Date Roofing, Incentive Brands, Chick-fil-A at Plano Parkway and Park Boulevard, Comfort Maker Air Conditioning and Heating, Global Strategic, Milestone Electric, and Vista Physical Therapy. Lions Baseball, an exclusive sports presentation of Metro Sports Communications.